Okay, so we're 5 people. Would be kind of valuable to hire one. Who do we pay wage for? Only you. Yo, what's up, pistol? 1000 XP, Shiggy? Really? I didn't check. Who's Shiggy? Huh. Did not see that. Yo, do you want the character pistol? We have bounty hunter guy and we have assassin guy left. Maybe we buy a warlord here. We're just debating that. So what could we sell? We could sell like some stuff, I think. He should really get his spare silver more going now. We even have a legendary big axe for him. On next run. Yeah, I'm sure you believe in me. I'm sure. Tempting. But the time for Warlord is kind of over. But we need someone who can deal with armor right now. Does it it makes our team stronger right now. But we would have to sell a lot of stuff for it. Here's Silver Sword. Can sell this one, I guess. We can't afford him now, right? It's just we have to pay double wages too. Get rid of some Deluxe. Don't know. Can you name one after me at 2? Yeah, sure. Welcome back, Summer. Which one do you want, Mango Leslie? We only have 2 unnamed now. You can be the bounty hunter or spear guy. It's like the disabler. Or you can be the assassin, the backstabbing, bleeding assassin type dealio. I think we have to buy him. It's like kind of irresponsible not to spend our cash here. Give up one more. How much? He doesn't even want wages yet, but he will eventually. He wants 29, so we can even pay him. We also have still enough to retreat. Not here though, of course, but he wants a foot. Everybody wants a foot. Get a stalwart, I guess. Give him Flesh Eater, respec him. He wants 82, just because he has like... Oh, he has weakening crits. Huh. He doesn't have preparation. That's interesting. So they don't always get preparation. They get... This is the flex spot then. Weakening crits or preparation. Where's my strong body? He still has strong body, huh? Something like this? Sure. Disengagement memes. I lost my run. Oh, feels bad. What did you play with? Did you go with Verbeasts or Vampires? No, what was it? You wanted to try Verbeasts or... Yeah, I think Vampires, right? Stream for a bit and he graded me, of course! I had to raid you there. I think we don't want Stalwart for this fight. I think we want to give him an Immortal, because he doesn't have Pact yet. So, we want to take it off of him, give it to him. He's like our DPS, and he's gonna be able... They don't have armor, I guess, but still. He's like our highest single hit DPS with like Flesh Eater. So we want to keep him alive, and we want to be able to throw him in there. Give him Stalwart. Give him... He already has Monster Heart. He already has Stunning Blow. Improviser? I mean, I guess. I've seen worse things. Alright. So let's wait. Hopefully next time you'll be able to hear my golden voice. Hell yeah, can't wait. So I saw memes in chat, but I didn't see it. It feels bad. My Verbase was immortal. But he still died. So your immortal guy died. That's kind of... that's kind of awkward. Where's my second immortal? So it's a ball guy? Yeah, that's good, because he doesn't have packs. Okay, I like that. So they have a javelin elite, an elite archer, and a normal archer. So they have 4 ranged units. They have only one axe guy, or a cleaver guy rather, who hits for... I did this math before, no? 666 plus half of that, it's like 160. It's like 720, 820, 830 or something. So his Mansplatter hits for 830, which is really, really scary. We can't throw a lot of them. Most of them have Stalwart. We need to find a good position. So I think we give up the frontier. We just go here. And he's like responsible for holding a side, I think. Hopefully. And for keeping the engager at bay and then backing up. And having one more preemptive strike and like keeping him away. He's just like trying to buy us time over here. And once he's done here, he moves over, hopefully. The monk is probably best here with the pits. But they're all Stalwart. No, keep the monk here. They have to back off pretty hard. No, we want the monk here, I think. The archer, we want to back off, and the archer moves up the stairs. And the monk will throw him in, and we backstab him to death, is the plan. And 2 range guys over here. Okay. So let's start like this, see what happens. Back off as far as we can. And he stays here. They blocked the archer. Okay. How did the other monk die? It was in a no, it was... Yeah, we took a Desperation Fortress, a Swamper Fortress. And I think it was the 3rd attempt or something, and we cleaned him up. And he just went up there and threw people off the ledge. And he couldn't get out anymore and he died. We knew it was a possibility, but... Still not sure if I should stick with Desolation or Epic. Whatever you prefer, really. I did Bounty Hunters and Swampers, Worshippers back to back, only losing one guy. That's really good. I did a couple fortresses, but sadly couldn't keep up with others. That sucks. Ran out of meat and Bunny started eating others. Yeah. Like, That's why we eventually on our playthrough just gave in to the madness and just let them bite people. And they just 5% of new recruits just turned into bearbeasts themselves. And we just kept the bearbeasts around. So he's gonna jump us, huh? We could retreat over here, I guess. But that's cutting it pretty close. We don't have a lot of space then anymore. Because we already gave up this and this. And if we give up this too, we're kind of cornered into two things here. But if we stay here, he goes up and he jumps us and he engages us. So we either have to stay in our ground here or back off. I think we stay here. He has still potential to ram them into pits. And we hope he jumps him. And like he stands here and rams. He still stays here, he's fine. We want him close enough. He stands in front, just to block. And he wants to be not engaged by him. I think he will jump him. And let's hope we get a ram here. Nope. Get rid of Hook Beast as soon as I found this guy. I'm going to banish Tiny Beasts. Tiny Beasts can pop off, but needs a lot of setup to pop off. This is really bad. This is bad. Everything is bad. Feels bad. So we cannot back out of this mission. As soon as we committed all our people, we committed them to die basically. If we fail. I think we go over here. I'm not really sure on what to do, but we'll try cleaning up here, cleaning up those two archers. It's gonna be hard either way. So what's the ordering? He goes in 9. Let's see. We cannot get hit by him because he is the elite cleaver. He hits for like what, 830 we said. So we don't want to tank his head. He wants the region. We don't want to tank his hit whatsoever. And he goes 1, 2, 3. So we cannot stand here. I think he wants to stand back here. He wants to go over and help. I'm helping. And he has to back off from this. Probably wants to stand with him, so he's not alone. What a guy. Strong versus. Okay. Ow. Ow. Glad we had this talk. He was not stolen, huh? Fuck. He's stolen, huh? So he's a goner. Most likely. We just immobilize him as last action, and then he's gonna die. This is a slaughter. Yes, it is. One way or the other. So we give him up here. And we fight on his 4. His last action, he basically sacrificed himself to immobilize this guy. so we don't have to worry about his main splitter for one turn. This is a spear guy. Want to take him down. Stupid as archers. He needs to hold here. He's super tanky. But he cannot tank him obviously. But we can have our setup here, right? We can trap this and the first one to walk in gets stunned, which is really good for us. We'll do this. Yeah, those are gonna be a problem, those range guys. He has first strike, but we have to take this. There's no way we're not taking this out. But we don't need to take first strike with him again. We can split out the damage. Take the other first strike with him. Sure. Doesn't sound bad. And we totally forgot to throw a trap here. So now we let him in. 1, 2, 3. And go out of range. So he goes in here. And hopefully we can deal with him. If we can't deal with him, he kills us. Going up there. Oof. He cannot move now. That's really bad. Get rid of friend armor because there's no armor in the map. That's terrible. We cannot hit him because he has first strike. He does have immortal at least. And he can bleed him. But it's still pretty bad because we lost a lot of potential attacks on him. But at least we can stun him, right? Yeah. And we can throw him. Sure. Now he's immortal. That was a fast immortal. He's engaged, so he cannot do anything else. So he has to do this. Yeah. We didn't get the archers down. It's looking pretty rough. At least we got one of them here. Stun him, maybe. He's panicked anyways. He's carrying pretty hard though. Can't get in range to throw him in. We're pretty okay here, I think. Doesn't look too terrible. Alright, we finally got him done. Took some heavy losses now. 3, that's all our medicine. He goes in 7. How much does he hit for? 383? That's fine. Let's try to get him down. Get our crit back. Try to stun him. He's gonna be engaged here, so he cannot move past. He's not starboard though, so there's a chance he can push him, but it's fine. So get rid of wind armor to not fill up our slots. We got our crit, now we can stun. He goes in 2, huh? We take the hit. Probably can take the hit. We need the bleeding on him. Oh, he didn't have a crit, huh? I was... that was a rend armor, not a crit. I see, I see. So he goes before, so now we can bleed him. You go here, bleed him too, since he's stuck. He's dead to bleeding now. Okay, we cleaned it up. That was a rough fight. But, oh well. We're in kind of a rough spot anyway, so... Alright. It needs to be human class turned into tiny beasts. Yeah, I agree. They need some help to really pop off. It was doomed from the start? Yeah. I mean, we tried something different, right? It's for science. And we're still not dead. I want pushing crits. For when he turns into a vampire. Start the feed collection. Nah, let's keep some life essence for the good stuff we see. So the question is, how fast will he transform? Because if he transforms, well, we heal those two guys, right? But as soon as he transforms, he gets the vampire healing, and he will heal himself for every 4 days. So he might not need it. But we only got infected where? Like here? Here? Where was it? Troubled Merc. I feel like it was here or something. There were some villagers and vampires or something. Well, we didn't get infected long ago, and it usually takes some time. So the question is, do we need to heal him? I think we need to heal him. He needs to not die also, and we need him ready in fights. So I think let's just do it. We want to go. There was a medicine somewhere. Hang on. There's an enemy fort. We want to go here. So we take this village and we take the fort, and then we turn around and go to the hideout. But there's also a collapsed mine, huh? We're trying the hideout on the weapon master to actually get some good weapons. Maybe get some cool combos or something. Then we're going down there. We cannot afford anything at the black market anyways, but we go to the exit. Like, we explored the whole of map 1, it's already day 130. We took every fortress on the map, and we're still at 0 medicine. Yeah, it's been rough. Alright, that's our plan. Collapsed mine, we don't want to go there. There's one more. That trader ambush. Yeah. Troubled Merc. Prisoners. Let's go here to see what this node has, I guess. We could also take those if we really wanted. We really want this one, huh? Trillion per day. So we could take a lot of villages. I think we should take a lot of fights right now. So that seems like a good idea. An ugly beast. We can deal with beasts, I think. Also, If it gives us flesh, we could create a medicine if we really needed to. Not that we want to, because we want to save the blood for our vampire. But if we really have to. Huh. People are pretty wounded though. Let's wait. Maybe they also move. I want people not to be wounded. But we cannot afford to lose anyone, or we probably lose the run. Okay, there are four innate beasts or something? Yeah, 5. He has no reflexive. He has nerve sense. He has vein sense, he has nerve sense, but no reflexives on the map. They just hit really hard. So I have to be a bit careful about that. I think we can slow him down fast, like enough, so we get 2 turns on him. He's shatterproof, but if stuff goes wrong, we can also just remove his bleeding. And he only hits for... oh, volcano, huh? He only hits for 651, so what could go wrong? Right? Strong versus... he's strong versus beasts. Give him a crit so he can actually get bleeding. And keep slowing him. Hopefully 2-turning him here. Alright, that's the crit. That's the bleeding. Now he should be dead. Hey, does he get a... oh, he gets a stack. Look at that. Gets 1 strength. Hell yeah. So that's a volcano. Are we actually saving any villages here? Probably not. Can't go up here, so we have to go this route. It will charge, but what can we do? Fuck. It was bad to stand there. We'll get rammed off. Let him get rammed off instead. It was bad to stand there all along, but... oh, he didn't take it. Well, he could have rammed me off the cliff. But... I guess he was kind. I don't know. Weakening crits. Hey. Let's go. Please save me. I'm trying to. But you stand in a bad spot, so I cannot save you. Oh, another stack? Oh, it's stacking time. Hell yeah. He's shatterproof, so we cannot stun him, but we can slow him a bunch. So he just doesn't get his turn. Yeah, we just kill the beasts. There's no way we save the villages here. Or is there? The all is coming. Nah, there's no way. That's not. Like, he's gonna get poisoned soon. We can maybe only save him. Let's try to save him, I guess. Get the monk over. Flip him or something. Hang on. Let's do this. Then the monk can flip him there. Maybe. Maybe actually. Looks kind of promising. Okay. So we save one. Nice. Get in here. Just have to run from the volcano. And they will probably die to the volcano too. He's kind of trapped in here and he's trying to hit him. But he's never gonna hit him because he's behind the wall. Maybe someday he will hit him, but it's gonna take some time. And he's trapped in here with the all and will die to it. So we just stand here and like relax, enjoy the scenery. Maybe he makes it actually. With 1 HP. That is both good and bad. You're a beast. Okay, both good and bad. Huh. Interesting. What is he healing from? Flesh Eater. That's not allowed. I meant about taking all fortresses and not having any medicine. Yeah. It just usually shows how bad your run is. You're supposed to have more than 10 medicine at this point. Probably 15 or something. But we use a lot. So Feast is a sustain option. We don't have sustain options on some people. We're mostly doing it with regeneration right now. No, it's too expensive. We don't do it. We take double villages here though. For those. Vampires and beasts. Okay. Probably fight over here. It's pretty bad. Fight here? This is... yeah, fight here. This is better. Here we could get the jump on 2, which is appealing. But then we have a lot of walk-ins. Like there are some one-tile chokes, like here and here, but they have 3 entrances and they have pullers, which prevents us from standing here. Because if we stand here, he can just pull us over the death pit and we're dead. And most of us aren't stalwart. However, his pull is only like to the left and to the right. So by actually fighting here, they can only come in here through like a one tile, where he doesn't really have an angle, or through here, where his pull doesn't go over any pits either. It's just to the left and right, and we're standing south of him. So that's a lot better against pullers. It would be nice to get rid of those too, but I think this is much worse to fight in than this, basically. And I value the position here more than killing 2 people, or 2 beasts rather. And I also value it more than caring about those. Not that we could, like, there's no way to save him anyways. Is every pull like that, or Necros are exception? Necros have a different pull. So those have grab and die, which is the beast and bearbeast pull. This pull is on bearbeasts, hookers, and on beast pullers, and on Kala, I don't know what they're called. So the Kala beasts have like an equivalent to bearbeasts, which also have grab and die. But this is like a beast and bearbeast exclusive thing, where it's only to the left and to the right, only in one line. And in exchange for this restriction, they get a free attack on everyone around. So when they pull, like when he pulls this guy here, he would be out of range, but let's just imagine he stands here. He pulls him in, this guy gets a free attack on him, which makes this hook a lot more dangerous if it actually hits. But it's more restrictive in that it can only go to the left of him and to the right of him. He could not pull this guy because this is not how this works. It's only here and here. And the other pull is called just grab, without the die. And the grab is on the Necro Spearman. And the Necro Spearman actually don't have any restrictions. They can grab in all angles. The only restriction they also have is the height restriction. Target must not stand too high or too low, 4 or more elevations. They also have this height restriction, but other than that, they can grab in all sorts, and also like around a surprising amount of stuff. But when they pull you, the Necro Spearman, they don't grant allies free attacks on you. That's the difference. Grab is so good, yeah, grab is awesome. It's so much fun to play with too. If you start Revenants, you can start with a Spearman, and you can start at a point where nobody is stalwart, which makes this super cool. Focus confusion. Yeah, there was the free attacks. Yeah, it's true, but they don't use their focus ability anyways, so it doesn't super matter, I guess. We just get in range. We don't want to stand here because he goes here and pulls us and gets a free attack. We don't, yeah. We have a lot of time so we can set up, so we don't take free attacks. And he's gone anyways, because he smells delicious villagers. Do environmental kills grant the kill experience? Yes they do. So we tested this before. There was one fight at the start where we just threw them into pits. Like nobody did anything except one monk threw them into pits. And everyone was granted, I think, 24 experience team-wide. So everyone got the experience, and it's like not only the one pushing them gets the XP, but like everyone. But it's less, I think. So if you push them into pits or something, then you give up on a lot of hits on them, which means you get less experience overall. But yes, it does grant experience, and it's shared within your party. Want to get smacking on his delirium. Have to take some care of this poison guy, but it's the only poison guy around, and we have two regions ready already. And we will have more. So. He's drunk versus beasts. So here, for example, he cannot pull us up here, like in a bad spot, because his pull doesn't work this way. He could go here and pull us, but that's not as dangerous, right? Whereas if we would stand here, we would be in constant fear of getting pulled over. Like not only over death pits, which would instantly kill us, but also here we could not stand here. Because if we have our battle line here, and suddenly he gets pulled and they get free attacks, he just dies too. So the puller would be a massive threat here, whereas here it's like whatever. He doesn't hit hard, he only has his pull. He hits for 200, which is nothing at this point. And he only has his pull, and his pull doesn't do much here. So we're pretty happy with our positioning. The only thing is him potentially targeting us from up there. But we're standing a little bit out of range now, so he's actually trying to go around, which is nice. And I think we don't want to move forward more. What we actually want to do is set up our trap setup here. Which doesn't stun them when they come in because they're shatterproof and he also has armor. But what it does do is slow them down, gives us a free hit. Let him walk in. Went for him. He did a lot of damage there, huh? He had preemptive strike, then he had first strike, and then he had retaliate. Give him rend armor. This is the turtle beast. He is the only beast with armor, so we can just smack him with rend armor and disable it. So we're kind of glad to have a warlord back. Goes in 12. Let's just move in here now. And this is the setup. You put a trap down. You have criticals on him, and when he comes in, you stun him. And he doesn't get his turn. You get him. He's dead to his elements. We don't have to worry about him anymore. So let's just go for him now. So we cannot stand here anymore because he can grab us here. Do we have anyone stalwart? We sure aren't stalwart at all. Only the monk, huh? He was 13. Well, he's gonna grab him then. There's not much we can do. Oh, wasn't quite in range. That's nice. So let's get hitting away on his stuff. He has 2 attacks, which is nice. He doesn't have a crit, but it doesn't matter because he has delirium. We just want to get rid of delirium. We don't need to worry about him. We need to worry about him moving in, but he's still pretty far. Sure. Let's spend the crit here. Get him over. Most of the fight is going down here now. He's dead already, nice. So we could go here and ram him, I think. But that would take him in a really vulnerable place. Maybe he can take it though. I think he can take that. He has Immortal too, right? And this is why you have assassins. He gets his murdering sense, he has 2 attacks. Every backstab attack hits twice and is always a crit. And every attack bleeds him. So the first attack bleeds him, then he does 10% of his max HP with the next one and bleeds him again. Then the third one does 20% of his max HP and bleeds him again. And the fourth one does 30% of his max HP. So it's just like 60% of his max HP are gone from just from bleeding, and the 4 attacks still do damage. They are all crits. So 4 attacks and he just died, basically. This is why assassins are strong versus beasts and strong versus Map 1 in general. We move from him. The problem with assassins is just as soon as they cannot bleed anymore, they don't deal this 60% damage, and if they even hit armor, like they don't do anything anymore. And if they hit bloodless, like necros, they don't do anything. So Does that. Does he have reflexive? No. So we can go on him now. He has extra attacks stored up. Get rid of rend armor. %60 HP against unarmored is amazing. Yeah, it is. Like here, he didn't have his 4th attack, but the 4th attack kills here. It doesn't even matter how big the beast is, right? Because of percentage HP. He is natural. Huh, cool. So, does he have immortal? No. But if he goes here, we can push him in. But he can also push him in and ignore the spikes, which is better. So let's not risk him. But now we're standing next to this guy, huh? And he wants to get him here. But we can do this and flip him over and just stun him to prevent him from being like a target for Ram. Just kill him. We need the Warlord on him again because he has armor. He's our worst nightmare. Well, not our worst nightmare, because worst nightmare is obviously a preemptive strike. XP depends on hitting them and not just kills. Yep, so you can farm infinite XP against Storm Shamans or something else with sufficient sustain? Yes. Can you farm infinite XP? Yes. Can you farm infinite XP without going insane? Probably not. But yes, you can. But also keep in mind that the enemies scale with your XP. So the higher level you are, the higher level your enemies are. So that's why you're the way you are. Do I sound that insane? Maybe a little, huh? Take a vigorous. Take a stalwart. We're building a stalwart at some point, right? We're building a level 10 stalwart and a level 10 foot. And someone will be able to use it. Because someone has some more important absorption. Quick reflexes. I should like to experiment with quick reflexes more, I feel like. But he has it already. He got quick reflexes. I think you get 11, right? You learn now. Yeah, you get 11 bonus speed from getting it from mutation. I don't know. You need someone really beefy. I think quick reflexes could be good on Bunny and could be good on Abomination. Someone with Colossus who has a lot of HP but struggles with speed. So struggles with getting his turn back basically. So if you get focus fired with quick reflexes, it would help to get you out of that. Also, it would help to not be slowed down so much with maces and stuff. It scales up a little more than 8 bonus speed, right? So it's like 15 or something. It's not much, but it would like half the slow from maces. And whenever someone else hits you, you get your turn back faster. And Colossus guys would have the HP to sustain a few hits. So I think on them it would be okay, but on everyone else, like if you get hit that much, then you're probably dead already. Alright, he wants Rage too. We have Legendary Silver Sword. With Vein Sense, wow. That would be good really early, but he has Feast. Feast is his sustain right now, like a good portion of his sustain. Give it to him until he transforms though. So he doesn't need bleeding crits anymore because it's Vein Sense. We can give him Vigorous for sustain. Sometimes I'm insane. Monka? We go here if we can. Let's see what they do. Scouts have reported that a horde of underground beasts has emerged. So they're usually spawn behind you once you get out of the thing. They're called Senvi, really? Wow. Is this the X-Men coming to haunt us? He died so many times that like eventually he was killed off and now he's like reincarnated as a beast and is trying to hunt us down for what we did to him. Feels bad. So maybe we don't take this, maybe we just run. Because we don't have to take this, right? They are not they're not hunting us right now. But the way this event works is they're fairly weak early, and then the more you let them roam around the map, the more they feed, and the stronger they become. They grow in party size and they grow in elite count, and eventually they feel so confident they hunt you down. But we are at the end of the map. Like, we don't care a whole lot. We just leave this area. We take a couple of villages on the way, and then we're out of here. So I don't think we actually have to fight them. But if we go here, like, we have to fight bear beasts first, and then there's a good chance we have to fight them too. And that's not worth the village. So let's just leave this area. Also swamper worshippers. They're here already. We might have to fight them then. Probably have to fight them in here. Maybe. Engage. That's 2 freebies over there. Fighting here is fine. It's pretty good. There's a 3rd one. We take those. What does he have? Crit counter? No crit counter. So we can just smack him. That's 5. Who's missing? You. Monk just sits on him, I think. He's trapped there. He doesn't do anything. Let's just smack him. Sure, that's it. Bonk. Bonk. Can't do that. We need a path for him to ram him, because he actually deals armor damage. Give him rend armor. Hopefully break it here. Yeah, break his shield. Nice. So we can actually kill him next turn. He gets 2 attacks off now with the berserk from the shaman. But he doesn't even go yet. Huh. We slowed him down enough. Nice. So now we just kill him, most likely. Bonk. Cool. So we have berserk. We want our crit back, but whenever you have berserk, you can take the first one for free. Then you get another attack, and then you can wait. So there's no reason not to hit him here. We also have bleeding strikes up, right? So we don't care about villagers as usual. They're just there to distract. We let him up here to actually kill him now. Because he will never kill him. You mean Murdering Sense, not Berserk? True. It has like the same icon, it does the same things. So it's basically a Berserk, but it's called Murdering Sense, yes. You are indeed correct, sir. Once again, Pistol is more correct than me. Bolt. We're kind of having a hard time getting poison stacks with this bomb. We should start doing that, but it's just hard. Maybe we don't actually care about poison immunity, just because it's so hard to get. Maybe we get it randomly or something. If only I knew how to play like you. What do you mean? Recklessly? Killing off your party? Dying a bunch of times? The most important thing I learned since I started streaming is naming your party leader after someone else. That way you can always blame them. And you don't have to feel so guilty when you let someone die. I already know that. Also, if you have someone who dies a bunch, just name them Pistol. And be like, oh, there's nothing I can do. It's just his name. It's just a curse, exactly. So this is better to fight, but I feel fairly confident. We killed a bunch of them. We just let them come in here, and if it gets too overwhelming, we back off. Let him get his shot done. Sure, he is natural, right? Actually, we could farm with natural. Does he have immortal too? No, he doesn't. He also doesn't have sustain, huh? He kinda needs sustain at some point. I'm just curious how many absorptions he gets. I have no idea. I've never seen anyone play a bounty hunter up to the point where he would get absorptions. And I haven't done it myself either. So I actually don't know. Hey, that's a bleeding strike, nice. Do we cure on him? Not yet. Let's wait, because he might get poisoned again. Bolt. 3. He goes before, so we wait. We have one turn after, so that's fine. There we go. Hey, poison resistance. Now we remove it. God. Now we should move though, so we don't get poisoned over and over. It's we pushed it very far. Like usually I don't think it's a good idea to push like down here. It's just that we had a kill on him. But now we have to back off. Because we don't have really good access and he backs off further and the spearman is coming. He's taunting us. And it could actually be a problem if we stay. Wow, he threw acid on me. That's kind of rude. So does it still regenerate? I don't think it does, right? Stops armor regeneration. Yeah, exactly. And inflicts 35% armor damage to each piece of armor every turn. Acid actually be a thing if Valdo wouldn't be immune to it. So acid could actually be a thing on him. If you have ranged units, and like just one debuff unit, just have a Javelinier who has pierced that armor, and he gets a lot of crits, and he gets immobilizing crits, I think. And probably poison to poison them too or something. No, he doesn't need poison. And he doesn't need any strength, because he doesn't care about how much damage he does. So let's say you had a Javelinier who would throw a crit at a shield bearer, at a Valda shield bearer. And let's imagine for a second they wouldn't be immune to acid. But then he would immobilize him, because immobilizing hits with pierced armor. And then he would apply acid to him. And he CC'd for a turn. And he would actually lose a bunch of armor. And then he could like immobilize him further, right? And that would actually be a way to deal with heavily armored units. To just acid them and like CC them. And that way buy the 3 turns until the armor is completely gone. And this Javelinier wouldn't need a bunch of stuff. He wanted like crits and a bunch of attacks, right? He doesn't need any strength, he just needs agility. And he needs vitality to actually survive being that close. You just sold Javelinier to me? That's not the strong part about Javelinier by any means. It's just some random stuff that just popped into my mind. But with pierced armor, they can actually apply stuff through armor. Like immobilizing, poison, bleeding. I'm getting there. So Hunter, Javelin, Bunny, and Priest Hammerman, because Monk doesn't have armor and I need armor. Hunter, Javelin, Bunny, Priest, Hammerman. What is the 6th? You don't... Well, it doesn't sound like a defensive setup anymore, does it? Hunter Javelin is kind of defensive, more likely. But if you play a Javelin like just a CC bot with a bunch of vitality, he could run around on his own. He doesn't need a lot of protection, I don't think. Bunny, Priest. Priest is just running around throwing aegis, right? The Hammerman is fairly like beefy, who can get in there. So I think you could get away with an Assassin. But Assassin is more of a like map 1 thing. And then later on I would replace Assassin with either like a high tier unit. Either a Valdur Knight or a Valdur Assassin or like a Necro Abomination. Something like that. And if you cannot find any of those, I would probably just go with... I don't know, you could play anything. You could play like a Blood Knight even. You could build your Blood Knight from map 1 up, so it's ready in time. I think all of those could work. For that to happen, I need to take Fortresses. Fortresses aren't so hard to take. It would be hard to take Fortresses in one go. It's not super hard to just retreat and take them the next time. You just need to make sure not to take unnecessary injuries. Got a stack? Hey, got a stack. Like I do all the time. I need to get better at that. But there's a lot of things I can improve at. My play isn't perfect by any means. I have a better understanding of the game, but like my actual execution and play isn't perfect. Far from it. Valdor and Necro are different things. Yeah, that's true. They're harder. But you have a bunny. Like it's not like you go in without any strong units, you just go in without like a 60 unit basically. And you don't even have to. You can still like pick someone else up. You still have like a bunny is strong, javelin and hunters are strong. You don't go in without anything, right? You just go in without the perfect setup. Like your perfect endgame setup. And you don't need a perfect endgame setup to take a Valdor or Necrofortress. Why are you not using Rend? You like bonking? We didn't really need Rend. I don't think. Oh, you mean against the last guy? I don't know. The fight was over. I'm not really paying attention to the fight anymore. Once the fight is over, I'm doing a lot of things imperfectly. Not playing perfectly? What face? I know, right? How could I? Should have tried to give him the save, I think. But it's fine. Also, I do like bonking. The bonking sound is very satisfying to me. And I also like to say bonk. I really like when I'm able to say bonk. The Scavenger Marksman. Huh. I wonder what we're gonna do with you. Oh, I know. Goodbye.